news yesterday, folks, from across the pond. For those in the know, Space Ace Frehley sadly passed. I think he was 74. Pretty sure it was 74. He was in his 70s anyway. I think he had a bad fall, September time. Didn't recover from it, got taken into hospital, wasn't at his best. Then I think over the last few days he took a real turn for the worse. He suffered a bleed on the brain. I think he was on a ventilator. And I believe the family took the sad decision to turn off the ventilator. I think it was yesterday. Came as a shock to most everybody. Ace Frehley was original guitarist in the original lineup of Kiss, the monster band from America. A massive favourite of a big friend of mine, a massive favourite of his. I love them. Not everybody's cup of tea, but many people love them. Sold a bundle of LPs, and I mean a bundle, and probably sold merchandise unlike any band before or since. That wasn't down so much to Frehley, I think more to Gene Simmons. Absolutely top-notch businessman there. Ace sadly left the band many years ago now. They did have a reunion for a few years, but his face didn't fit, whether it was painted or otherwise. I think Simmons and Stanley, they're probably the main two members in the band, didn't take to him, and it just didn't last. Although I do believe, I pretty much think I'm right. I think Frehley had a lot of trouble with drink and drugs at one time, and the other two band members weren't for that, especially Simmons. I don't think Simmons has ever taken a drink of alcohol, if memory serves. But they were huge in the time, absolutely huge. I mean, they were a rock band. You might call them pop rock. I think that'll disappoint many folks that followed them. When I say that, I mean the hits they had, the music they had was really, really, really catchy. So it was poppy in that way. But they wrote some fantastic songs. Ace, not the world's greatest guitarist. I'm sure if he was here now, he wouldn't dispute that fact. But he came from a band that was pretty limited anyway. Kiss were definitely not the world's greatest musicians, or anywhere near that for that matter. But at what they did, they were fantastic. I remember many years ago now, what would we have been? Could have been anything from about 15 to about 18, probably near 18 if memory serves, in a mate of mine's bedroom, and 3 or 4 of them have got all the paint on and they're making themselves up. One as Ace Frehley, one as Gene Simmons, one as Peter Criss, and one as Paul Stanley. 4 of them went painted. I went with them, but the paint was never getting near my bush. No. That wasn't for me, but they look brilliant. They look really, really, really good. If memory serves, I think we went to D-Side Leisure Centre to watch Kiss. I've seen them a few times, a few incarnations of the band, with and without the makeup, at 4 or 5 venues. Always a great act, always good VFM. You really got your value for money there. Great stage show, great to watch. As I say, virtually every hit was catchy, and the songs that weren't hits, that were album fillers, were catchy. So they were a great band. As long as you realise you weren't listening to the greatest musicians, you were fine. Anyway, sadly he's gone, as I say, 74 I think he is. I think he's got the distinction of having, they all had solo LPs out at once. I remember them coming out many years ago. I think his was by far the best. If memory serves, I think he sung Hello on it. Hello, was it by... I do know and I can't remember. I know it was a 70s band. You'll be able to tell me. I know it well. I could sing it to you, but I'm not going to. I know how it goes. Can't think who it's by. But I do know. I really do know. But no, Ace Frehley sadly gone. As I said, I don't think anybody saw it coming. He took the fall. He had a bad bang to the head, I believe. They knew he wasn't right, but I don't think they realised what was happening in there and how bad it was. And as I say, the bleed on the brain sadly did for him. It's one of those things. It's a shame. Right, with that, I'll love you and leave you. No other news today from music, film, TV, no showbiz, no nothing. Nothing's happening out there. I'll be back tomorrow.